Well, hey kids, we have another round of prepper versus homesteader questions going on, and today I just got done watching Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, and they answered questions that were asked of them by Brad and Krista over at Big Family Homestead. And the questions that they were asked, if you've been following along, that people ask questions, they answer it, the next group of people get asked questions, and they answer it, sort of a chain thing. I did another video about this. This came out yesterday, or day before yesterday. So this is part 2 of that. Okay. So Doug and Stacy were asked the biggest thing that gratifies in their life, the biggest thing they find that gratifies them now as homesteaders versus when they were city slickers. Doug and Stacy lived in the city for most of their lives and just recently moved out into the country. And the thing that I rely on, you know, thinking about a city slicker, okay, I used to live on Long Island in New York City when I was a kid. What did I find gratifying then? You know, thanks, dog. Sorry about that, but Miss Lily is bouncing into everything. Okay, the thing I found gratifying about living in the city, obviously, was the convenience of everything, and the energy costs are reduced because you don't have to drive very far. You can walk to the corner store and you can get what you need that way, and there's lots of restaurants around, that kind of thing. Very convenient for you, but you're dependent upon everything in the neighborhood, right? You got to go to the grocery store, you got to go to the gas station, you got to go out to all these places because you can't raise anything because you live in the city. But what gratified me about living in the city was the convenience of everything. Okay, what do I find gratifying living out in the country? The entire life, everything. Okay, the entire lifestyle. Going out and feeding my critters and getting the exercise that it takes to take care of the farm, I think is awesome. Getting rid of some of this gut. Watching my critters play out in the yard, and you know, the dog playing with the pigs or the chickens and ducks out running around, seeing them out raking around in the grass and scratching around and eating, I find that tremendously gratifying. The thing I find the most gratifying, however, is those days when I sit down to a meal and I put breakfast on the table. Okay, I'm eating bacon from a pig that I raised, butchered, cured the bacon, smoked it, sliced it, and there's the bacon that I raised and I made. Okay, eggs from my chickens, potatoes that I dug from my garden, washed off and sliced up, onions from my garden, corn from my garden that I sliced up, and what I do is I, you know, cut up the bacon into little pieces, put them in a cast iron skillet, get them so they're, you know, mostly done, not all the way done. I'll add to that corn and start it getting hot. Onion will be cut up into pieces, and then I'll dice up some potatoes that were previously baked, leftover baked potatoes. It's just me in the household now, but still, I will buy a bag of potatoes and bake it, the whole bag. I'll wash the bag, put it in the oven, and bake the whole bag. And then I take those baked potatoes and I store them in the refrigerator. That way, when I want a baked potato, all I have to do is take it out, put it in the microwave, heat it up, I got a beautiful baked potato. If I want breakfast potatoes, all I have to take it out, cut it up, put it in the skillet, it's already cooked, I just got to bring it up temperature. So I can make myself my breakfast, my preferred breakfast, which is a cast iron skillet of potatoes, onions, corn, and bacon. I may make some eggs and put on top of that, but I find it completely gratifying when I put that food together and I go to the table. Dinner, baked ham, Christmas ham. Okay, I pick the best ham out of the year and I smoke it and I reserve it for Christmas. Potatoes out of my garden, carrots out of my garden, whatever other vegetables I have out of the garden. Thanksgiving turkey, when I raised that turkey from a poult, from a chick, hatched it, okay, that's where I really find gratification. Okay. Okay, their second question is what do you think is the #1 threat to society and why? The number one threat to society is apathy. You don't care. Okay? You're watching these videos, you're looking and researching some of this stuff, you're starting to care. The majority of the people in America don't care. They're great sheeples. They don't care about the food they're eating. They don't care about Monsanto poisoning the foods. They don't care about Roundup. They don't care about genetically modified stuff. Apathy is the number one threat to America. Race is a big issue now, obviously, with the shooting that just went on down in Texas. Just absolutely horrible thing. The people being shot by cops when they're getting pulled over, and for whatever reason it blows out of proportion and somebody gets shot and killed. These tragedies that are going on in our lives is critical, but to me the number one problem that we're dealing with is apathy. People got to get motivated and they got to get involved. People got to care. Once they start caring, then I think we'll start seeing a lot more progress and things will start improving. Okay, so now Doug and Stacy, they had to ask questions of the people in the next lineup, and the next group of people that were asked questions are Danny and Wanda down at deep South Homestead. And the questions that they were asking Danny and Wanda, the first question is, how would you handle a grid down situation where you couldn't go out and buy flour and sugar? I know in my situation, yes, Lily, thank you for barking in the middle of recording. She's a little freaked out. I think she saw a bear outside today. I heard what sounded like a bear crashing through the woods. I think she saw it and it's got her a little freaked out. Quiet. Quiet. So, that's life in Alaska, guys. Okay. How would you handle a grid down situation where you couldn't go to the store and buy flour and sugar? Well, you're going to not have bread for a while. You're going to have to either make sure you have sufficient stores on hand to carry you over a year so that you can plant next year and raise some wheat and be able to make some flour so you can, have flour. Sugar, you need a beehive so you can raise some bees. That's the only alternative. If you want something sweet, you either have to have sugar or have to have honey. Those are our sweeteners that we deal with. So, fruit, you can make sugars from fruit. You can extract the sugar out of fruit pectins and stuff. So, maybe fruit. But, how do you survive without those? You do. Change your diet. Okay? Change your diet. Second question they were asked is, if you had to bug out, how long would you survive? How long do you think you would survive? I'm going to tell you right now, if I had to bug out, I wouldn't survive 5 seconds, because the only way you're getting me off my farm is if I'm dead. If I absolutely had to bug out, you're not going to live. You're not going to survive. It's a ridiculous question to ask, because if I have to leave my land where I have all the resources and tools, everything that I need for my survival, and now I am without resources, you can only go so many days without food and water and you're dead. Well, that's what's going to happen to you. So I thought that was a poor choice of question, but especially to ask people like Wanda and Danny, who are, they're already farming. They already have a farm. They have a small family farm. They're way ahead of the whole prepper and homestead situation. They've already graduated to the family farm concept, which is where I think everybody needs to be, as I think I'm making abundantly clear in this. So, anyhow, Lily, that's enough. Okay, come here. Come here. Come here. See the camera? Can you see the camera? Can you turn your head? There's the camera. I'm recording. Okay. You gotta be quiet while I'm recording. Okay. You gotta be quiet. Yes, you gotta be quiet. We're going to do another video soon with another lily cam, so I guess you guys can look forward to seeing that. But in any event, that's it for today. Thanks, and please like and subscribe. And woof. Woof. Please like and subscribe, and we hope you'll follow along with some more of our videos in the future. Thanks, guys. You have a nice day. Yes, Lily. Yes, good girl.